Marzi Montazeri returns from the Dude Ranch in the heart of Texas, one that's probably filled with hemp, to bring a new project into this world. This album, Heavy as Texas, is a mix of groove, sludge, thrash, and blues all in one. You know, a soulful thing. Featuring Kyle Thomas on vocals, Anoop Sastry on drums, Chris Collier on bass, and a couple folk on strings. Yeah, there are songs on here with violins, so you know already that's something a bit different. This album has 8 songs and clocks in at 36 minutes. Now, if you've heard the Uprising EP, you probably know how hard-hitting it was. This, in a way, is mellower than the Uprising, but also heavier at other times. It's the vocals that make the biggest difference. With Ripper Owens, there was always some intensity in his voice, even at a low volume. Kyle here shows a good velocity when called for, but also knows when to show some emotion, say on songs like From This Day On. As far as the vocals are concerned, Kyle alternates between the harsh sound that almost makes X-Order and the southern rock style. He's already familiar with that territory given his time in Floodgate, so this is most comparable to Floodgate while still being involved. Everyone involved plays their heart out. I particularly like the drum fills and tightness, but if you're listening to this, then chances are you're a guitar player or a fan of guitarists because this is Marzi's baby. As you can guess, there are plenty of solos. Marzi's soloing is inspired by many genres. I do hear Randy Rhoads' influence here and there, but there are different techniques and tricks used in each solo, so it's versatile just like the riffs themselves. Sometimes 1,000 notes are used, other times not as much, but everything has a reason to be there. Generally, there's more focus on writing good songs than hitting a certain style or sound. A good amount of time was spent on the songwriting. That part's clear when you hear acoustic guitars going over everything, and violins that will either accent the riffs or enhance the mood. To Keep a Promise opens the album with its mid-tempo grooves that chug along, lyrically about keeping your integrity as time goes. While the riffs are heavy, they're heavy without the need to be busy or quick. The guitar solo has tapping, harmonized melodies, and bluesy squeals, and it all moves with a purpose. Overall, this song makes a statement with volume, but the bridge and solo give you time to cool down and chill a bit. It's On, the second song, starts frantically but switches to mid-tempo for the chorus. Again, we have some groove metal riffage going on, but plenty of swing in the drums. Love to hear that ride cymbal. About a minute and 30 seconds in is a break where it slows down and the tube amps stack up. While they're stacked, acoustic guitars sonically define the riffs and the vocals sing across them. Great drum fills and bass work too. We also have some blast beats for Death of a Prodigy, some tremolo picking, and perhaps a hint of death metal going on, while melodic vocals are happening to counter it. Soon, it momentarily streamlines itself for a wah guitar solo. Lots of guitar squeals. Probably the most intense song of the whole album, with the most amount of self-loathing too. King of Fools, it's a blues metal rocker. Even if it's called Heavy as Texas, it sounds like some of the New Orleans sound crept into it as well. Only a couple of beats and riffs sound straightforward, and the rest struts and shuffles around nicely. Very blue collar. The closing 2 songs, From This Day On and Love Gets Us All, are somewhat mellow because of their slow tempo, strings, and subject matter. Neither song goes out of their way to be heavy, nor do they need to. From This Day On is structured somewhat like a modern rock radio ballad, but with more balls, obviously. There's more stuff going on, it's more introspective, more about dynamics. The guitar solo near the end of it reminds me of the 70s rock albums I grew up listening to. Love Gets Us All, the closer, the final track. It's about trying to rekindle a dying love. Pretty emotional song with everyone firing on all cylinders. It shares the ballad format, but with somewhat of a more desolate hiddenness. I feel like this album can appeal to a couple different audiences. The stoner metal crowd, the groove metal crowd, and the thrashers can find something to like. And I dare say the bar rockers and the old school metalheads who prefer the traditional stuff like Priest and Maiden, they can get something out of it too. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, but are they as heavy as Texas? I doubt it. It's available for a free download at heavyastexas.com. Be sure to grab a shirt or something, and grind on.